Hello, welcome to Early Morning Barking, talking about BPD and NPD by somebody that has both. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons and do all the socially things that are scrolling past me on the screen right now. Thank you for that. So today we're doing an NPD video. I don't really have a conclusion for this one. It's one of those. It's a process I'm working through. You see, I've recently come to the conclusion that while I'm getting off on the wrong foot, I have BPD, as I may have mentioned in previous videos. And part of BPD is splitting on people. And I split on people all the time for any reason. Everyone I know in my life I have split on at some point and come back from it. Splitting on someone can be quite a quiet thing and quite an introverted thing. It can be fairly public a little bit, but mainly for me, it's kind of all inside. And it becomes quite a passive thing. If I don't like someone that I've split on, I'm not really involved in it. I can sort of just cut that person off and have nothing more to do with them and just leave it there. But I also have NPD. And that brings about this unusual turn of events sometimes, which I'm only just starting to realize is happening, or has indeed always been happening. And that's a much more active level of dislike for people. And it brings about, on occasion, a more extreme form of splitting. So it moves beyond just being a passive dislike, just being okay with cutting someone off, to moving to a point where I completely dehumanize this person. They become a thing, an object, and it's all right if I want to hurt that object in some way, because it's not a person. It doesn't matter. All the empathy and care and the deep emotion and all of that sort of thing that you get from BPD gets shut down immediately and replaced with the hate and anger and disdain, disgust of NPD. I don't just dislike these people. I'm disgusted that they continue to exist. The fact that they're there offends me. And it's a much more active, involved thing. It's where horrible comments will come out. And that's just the start of it. For me, it's never become violent. I don't think it ever will. I'm not that way in my head. It becomes verbal. All the dark thought stuff comes out and starts being put out into the world. Mainly probably directed at the particular individual involved, or indeed anyone who will listen to me spout this shit about that person. And it feels like there is a line a person can cross. That, okay, I don't have to get on with everyone. I don't have to like everything everybody does all the time. That's fine. If you had to do that, none of us would be able to function at all. But there's some things that can be done to me. And I imagine that if any of you would go through the same thing, then those things will be different for you. But there's a line you can cross after which I'm not just done with you. I'm disgusted by you. I absolutely loathe you. And if I want to hurt you and say the worst things I can think of to you, and there are some fucked up, horrible things in there, then that's okay, because you're not even a person anymore. You're just a thing. And I can show off my power and my control and my disdain for you with the way I treat you. It's all right for me to do that because you've crossed that line. It feels horrible. And the weird bit of the problem is that now I'm aware that I do this, I should be able to sort of at least stop the worst parts of it, right? I should be able to somewhat control myself with the self-awareness. But the difficult thing is I don't want to. It feels good. And this is probably going to lead into another video that I've been thinking about making for a very long time, but is very difficult to put into words. And that's that NPD feels good sometimes. Like, it feels good to hold that power over somebody, or to at least have the perception that you hold that power over somebody. And given the horror that can come out of my mouth, 99 times out of 100, I do have that power. Because these things become about how far are you willing to go? What are you willing to threaten? What are you willing to say? How fucked up is the shit in your head? And I'm going to win that most of the time. Of course, the worst thing comes about if it's to happen to somebody who's also like me. Because then where does it end? This is Peter Griffin fighting the chicken man, right? This is the never-ending battle. Who's willing to go the furthest? Well, we both are. I feel like I might have touched in this in the narcissist versus narcissist video. But this dehumanizing, this removal of empathy and move into active hate, that's a horrible thing. Both for the person receiving it and for me. I know it's wrong, right? I have this whole list of things that I know are wrong about it. Why I shouldn't do it, why I shouldn't feel like that, why I shouldn't act on it, etc. But then in my life, I've also had a good long list of legitimate reasons why smoking is bad, or why drugs are bad, or why you should always drive your car at the speed limit, or all kinds of things that knowing something is bad isn't good enough. It's just not enough. We know all kinds of things are bad. How much food have you eaten in the last week that you know isn't great? Does all food have to be good for you? Are you allowed something fun from time to time? Well, yeah, if it's chocolate. No, if it's making somebody cry. Because the key to getting better, the reason for getting better, is not just to feel better ourselves, right? It's to stop hurting other people. We know we shouldn't be doing that. We don't want to do it. So can we please stop? And so I have to reach a point where I can say, this is a person. And I'm hurting them. And there's no justifiable reason for that, ever. Even if I disagree with this person, if this person has done something horrible, if this is somebody that I don't want to be involved with on any level, don't want to interact with at all, that doesn't mean I get to hurt them, right? Seriously. But the desire to exert that control, to cause that pain, to show off, to say, I can hurt you. I'm better and bigger than you. Look what I'm doing. It's so strong, isn't it? It's such a pull, a desire. It feels good in a really twisted, fucked up way. I hate it, and that's a difficult thing to admit to, that any of this feels positive. But then that's just feeding into the fact that this is all a defensive disorder. I attack because I'm afraid. I brag because I know I'm without. All of these things, it's defensive, it's delusional, it's putting up a barrier, a shield, to try and keep people from learning the truth that I know. And clearly I'm willing to hurt others to do this. that can't be good. This isn't good. And yet it feels it so much. So the key is rehumanizing, right? Can I bring people back? I can unsplit on people. Maybe I can bring people back from this other brink as well and regain empathy. But it might take practice. It might take time, a great deal of time, because there are only a select few individuals in my entire life that have crossed this line. And practice is important. That said, I clearly got to where I am with very little practice, so maybe it'll be easy to push back the other way. I don't know. And maybe all the help with the BPD stuff will sort of grab onto it. I don't know. See, I don't have all the answers. I don't have many answers. I just have a couple and some talking. I need to rehumanize people to see them as people. People who don't deserve to be hurt by me, regardless of what they've done or what they think. And even if I wanted to in some way change somebody or change their opinion, then is hating them the best way to do that? Is that how we do? I know that's how it's done a lot online, but I don't think that's the best way to do it, right? I don't think hating somebody and going out and causing them harm in some way is really going to get anybody to change their position on a given topic, or agree with me, or do what I say, or any of these other fucked up things that my brain might be demanding of them. These things are difficult to keep track of and get mixed in with a lot of other thoughts and feelings as well, because there's a lot going on. I feel like I'm not alone in this. I feel like maybe dehumanizing others might be a common factor that we all share, and we all know it's wrong. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear. The comments, by the way, always help me along. It's good to know that I'm not going through this stuff alone, and that you're actually all out there listening as well. Although, according to metrics, not at this point in the video. I joke. It's fine. I don't care. Anyway, I'll keep you up to date on this because there are going to be further developments. I'm going to have to rehumanize somebody. So, hopefully I can, eh? Right. You take care. I'll see you later. Bye.